Hello, welcome back to the Checkpoint Reach podcast. I'm your host Luke Eldon, and I'm joined by my fellow gamers and friends Sud, Perks, and Matty. How you doing, guys?
Hey, how's it
Good,
going?
yeah.
Good, thanks.
It's going well. Thanks.
Good. We're all congregated together to talk about Borderlands 3, the official trailer.
Yeah.
Something you guys have been looking forward to. We did discuss this a little bit a couple of days ago on the podcast. We discussed the Mask of Mayhem teaser trailer.
Yeah, the teaser, yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to jump in with the official trailer talk in a second. But before we do, remember to subscribe to our channel for more gaming content each week. Give this video a like and comment below, as it'll help the channel to grow. So yeah, anyway guys, let's get into it. What do you think of the Borderlands 3 official trailer?
Sud is saved.
Saved from the pitchforks.
Saved from the pitchforks, yeah.
Should probably give context.
Well, essentially Sud put his neck on the line and said, that it's definitely going to be Borderlands 3 and it's not going to be anything else. And I said that angry pitchfork mobs would be coming to stab him if he was wrong. So it is Borderlands 3.
The first part of it, though, they showed the remaster first, didn't they? And people in the chat were getting really annoyed, weren't they? Saying triggered. So if that had stuck, then I would have been done for. But yeah, luckily they showed it after.
The general consensus between us three and most of the Borderlands fans, this is exactly what we wanted. So hopefully the game lives up to expectations. But it's nice that it is just the traditional Borderlands experience, and it isn't isn't a battle royale, isn't a massive multiplayer online game, isn't a shared world shooter, isn't a live service game. It's just a game that you play. Woo.
It's a win for games.
Well, yeah, from the trailer, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? We don't know 100%. Obviously, they could throw a curveball.
No, we do.
99% we know it's a normal Borderlands game. There's always that 1% chance they could throw a curveball still. But
my guy, we are safe. We got what we wanted.
There you go. Maybe you're going to be at the
pessimistic
Sud now. If it's not, then the pitchfork's going to be turned on you, I think. But,
I should say cautious Sud.
Yeah. But on the fence, Sud, wasn't it? On one podcast, I think. But
yeah.
But anyway, my thoughts. I think I don't think it was a surprising trailer. I think it's the sort of trailer we kind of expected. The game looked like we kind of would expect it to. I don't think there was any massive surprises in there, but it was a good trailer. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a well-made trailer. They always do make good trailers, to be fair. They made a great trailer for Borderlands 2 as well, so it's no surprise that it was an enjoyable trailer to watch. They always seem to pick the right music to use and stuff like that. So I enjoyed it from that point of view. It was interesting to see some of the characters coming back and stuff. I think we all expected a lot of them, the characters that were in there, to be in there. A lot of returning characters, obviously some new characters, a couple of new villains. So that'll be interesting to see what they're like. But
obviously, I think brother and sister that thinks could be.
One thing I would say about them though is they looked a little bit bland. I think they looked a bit bland just from the trailer, but you can't really tell until you hear them speak or anything. So that's just an early impression.
I'll tell you what didn't look bland: guns with legs.
No, that wasn't. I think we all enjoyed that.
I never knew I wanted that, but now I want guns with legs. I want guns with legs in every game. I just want to play a battle royale and drop into Apex and see the Peacemaker running around. Peacekeeper.
I imagine that's going to be some sort of
well, same thing. But as long as it has legs, I'm happy.
That's going to be an ability, isn't it? You'd imagine, guns with legs things. You'd imagine it's like an LB and RB thing where you just kind of deploy it.
You would think so.
I just want it to be an enemy.
Cool.
Can you imagine a survival horror game where guns with legs were chasing?
That'd be horrible.
That would be pretty tense.
You would actually think that there will be some enemy guns with legs in the game.
Yeah,
right?
probably.
Because if you can use it as an ability, I'm sure one of the enemy types will be able to. So I'm looking forward to getting chased down by some guns.
And touching on guns, apparently there's over a billion guns, all different guns.
Yeah, they always say this stuff. I think it was the same with Borderlands 2, wasn't it? They said a gazillion guns.
Bajillion.
So they've actually come down, haven't they? There's less guns in this one. They said a gazillion last time, so less apparently. So
they're getting closer to their actual number of guns. Slowly.
Real amount. This is probably about 10, really. They just call them different names and stuff. So, but yeah, everyone likes the customization, don't they? So, putting that in the trailer gets people excited, I suppose. But it doesn't do much for me because it's just whatever. I mean, we know there's going to be 10 to 15 guns and then variations. So
do you
there's going to be more than 10 to 15. Let's give them a bit more credit.
Well, yeah,
yeah, it's not Destiny.
No, true.
It's
true. But yeah,
shots fired at Destiny and Perks responds in kind with Anthem.
Yeah, his most hated game. But yeah, I think the other thing to point out from the trailer is the fact that we don't know anything about release date or anything like that as well. They didn't mention release date. They didn't mention any sort of window either, even. So that's still up in the air. But I mean, we all assumed, didn't we, it'd be this year? Well, I think Matty actually said maybe next gen, but we don't know yet. So that's something
we can carry on speculating.
It didn't look like next gen to me. So it
just on that point,
though,
like very, very recently, in the last sort of hour or so, there's a Redditor who's put in a few images together and freeze frames from the trailer itself.
Mm-hmm.
And this could be complete and utter nonsense, but at 2 parts in the trailer, I think it was at 1 minute 40 around that mark. So if you're watching it and get over, you can have a look whilst listening to this. There's 2 numbers that light up on different structures and buildings, and one of them is 01, and the next one is 10. And people,
wow, the first October.
James Perkins'
happy birthday, right? Obviously, the flip side of that is that it could be the American way of presenting things, and it could be.
Was this Redditor you?
It wasn't. No, it was not me.
I mean, if it is out on the 1st of October, Perks, I'll buy it. Yeah, I mean, it is your 40th after all.
50th. Come on.
I'll tell you what, though, that would be a great release date for you. It'd be a great birthday present, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, if it's the 1st of October and this isn't just a lot of absolute nonsense that people put together, then that will be great. Obviously, if it does turn out to be January the 10th instead of the 1st of October, then it's not too much longer to wait. So if they're right and this theory isn't completely crazy, then I'm okay with those dates.
It's not a bad find, you know?
No, that is good.
These people do find them, though, don't they? When they break
they really
video
do.
Downs.
I think it makes sense as well, doesn't it? Really, the 1st of October it'd be a release date that makes sense.
That's a good date.
I mean, we said October or November, and I think I can't remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the other Borderlands games have all come out around that time. I think the first one came out in October, and I don't know about maybe Borderlands 2 might have been September, something like that, but they have all come out around that time, so it would make sense.
Yeah, Borderlands 2 came out 20th of November 2012.
Okay, that was a bit later, yeah.
But it's worth saying that they're both viable. I mean, the 1st of October is a Tuesday, which is a day that games typically do release, and the 10th of January is a Friday, which is also a date that games...
I'd say
I will say
October
just quickly as well.
Sense, but
20th of October 2009 was the first Borderlands, so it's they're all in the similar ballpark, aren't they?
Yeah,
I would say out of the 2, I think the October one seems more legit, Perks, because 10th of January is a bit of would be a strange release. I think I know games are coming out at different times now. They're not as like they used to be either winter or nothing, but I still think October would make more sense.
Yeah,
to be honest,
I don't shoot the messenger. I'm with you. I'm thinking October is
great time.
Sort of 90% more likely. So I'm going for that one. I'd be quite shocked if it was so close to the beginning of the new year like that.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
After watching the trailer, do you believe any recent speculation that Loaderbot is the new character?
Possibly. I think it's possible. Not 100%. I think he'll definitely be in the game, put it that way. I can't envisage a scenario where he's not in the game, at least.
But
he was so popular.
I think one of the best parts about Loaderbot was, how funny a character they were. So I'd be surprised if he was a playable character.
Maybe not playable, but I can't.
He will definitely be an NPC. If he's in the game, he'll be an NPC.
Well, we've seen already from the trailer that there's I don't know if we saw them all, but there's a lot of the characters from Tales from the Borderlands were in the trailer, weren't they? So I would imagine Loaderbot would be in there as well. To be honest,
I think what we'll see is if that playable Vault Hunter turns out to be Loaderbot, it's not going to be revealed until a stage in the game. It's not going to be spoiled before release, and it's going to be a shock when it happens.
Yeah.
But the hesitation I have with saying that is that they're going to have to keep that a secret to make it to give it the shock value, and in doing that, throughout the game, you lose the opportunities to use Loaderbot. So I would much rather he's just an NPC that appears relatively quickly.
What about Tiny Tina? Because there was also speculation that she's all grown up now, and she's the other new character, female character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's in the trailer, isn't she? A lot older. So.
Well,
yeah, she's in the trailer.
There goes that. There's my knowledge of Borderlands because I've never played it, but so I didn't even notice really.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be an NPC, but she's in the trailer and she looks a lot. What were we saying, Perks? Looks 20 years older, more than a few years.
Basically, she is. I mean, she's not a child anymore, so we're just not too sure yet. I mean, someone will probably have a lot more insight into this if you've broken it down piece by piece, but we're not sure if she's going to be that female playable character or if she will be an NPC like some of the other returning ones like Brick or Mordecai, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, she's definitely in the game, that's for sure.
From what we've seen, there's going to be tons of characters, isn't there? I mean, just look how many characters are in the trailer. I mean, there's going to be tons of NPCs and like quests. I imagine you'll do quests for most of them, won't you? By the looks of it, there'll be story elements to them all. Yeah, a lot of them will be. Yeah. I would imagine some are going to be story related as well. But...
Well, yeah, they absolutely will be. And I was saying when we watched the teaser, one of my favorite things about it was simply the vastness in terms of the characters that are there. We're not talking about one or two returning figures. We're talking about Borderlands 1, 2, characters from the pre-sequel and Tales from the Borderlands. Like everyone's just bundled all together, and that's great. Like that gives such an opportunity for a really strong narrative. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how they all sort of intertwine and come together.
I do get the sense, I think I said this on maybe when we were watching the teaser, but I do get the sense that they're definitely going to focus a lot more on the story this time. I know the story we said was decent in Borderlands 1 and 2, but I think they're going to properly go for a more narrative thing this time. I think they've maybe learned from how well Tales from the Borderlands worked as a narrative, and I think a lot of people before that saw Borderlands as, an enjoyable co-op game, but not really a story. Whereas I think after Tales, people thought, oh, actually, this world has got the potential and richness to have a really good story. And like on a sort of like maybe, a more saga-based thing, like an epic scale, rather than just, a one-off thing.
Yeah, that definitely could happen. Has this trailer built up the hype for you guys? Has it done its job?
Yeah. I'd say so personally. I think it's done its job. It's made me hyped for the game. I was already hyped for the game anyway. I'd be hyped for the game whenever it comes out. But it's it's done its job. Like I said, I don't think the trailer was that surprising.
The trailer, mate.
The trailer wasn't that good.
Turn Aussie for a minute there. But I don't think the trailer was that surprising in terms of what was in it. But it's definitely got me excited for the game. So it's done its job.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. It wasn't the best trailer that I've ever seen, but it was what I wanted to see. It was the Borderlands that we all expected and hoped for, so it had everything from its sort of unique presentation and humor, and everything they did there ticked all the boxes, which was great. The worlds that they sort of flicked through during that sort of 10-15 seconds where they're going through sort of slide by slide, they look really, really cool and unique like always. There's dinosaurs as well as the billions of guns with legs and all the characters we've talked about. It all looks really cool. I'm intrigued to see what they do with the supposed or expected two main bad guys now, the guy and the girl. #Perks predicts brother and sister. And it seems like the Sirens are going to have quite a part to play in it. So that's Lilith, obviously, plus probably a few more. I'm excited.
I've just thought of something,
long way to get to excited.
Yeah.
Just one quick thing as well with them two villains. Do you think they could be like Handsome Jack's kids or something? I don't know why that's in my head. I can just imagine them doing something.
Because Perks said it on the podcast the other day. That's why it's in
Did you
head.
Actually? I didn't even realise you said that. But
yeah,
well, that's fair enough.
To what we do.
No, but it makes sense, like you said. It does make sense.
Where he is.
Robin Perks is content.
Like, I don't know where I've got this from, but how about this? It might be a bit far-fetched. It's probably a hell of a long shot. They might be kids or related in one way or another, or they may be fanatical about him. God knows that it could just be.
But I just remember in Borderlands 2, though, he was always moaning, wasn't he, about like, how didn't his wife get killed or something? I don't know, his girlfriend. There was some weird thing, wasn't there, with it, with him. So I wouldn't be shocked.
How about you, Matty? Did this trailer do its job for you? Were you hyped or more?
I mean, I wasn't really too fussed with the trailer, to be honest with you. I literally, when I first saw it, obviously, I just skipped to the end to see that if it was Borderlands 3 or like Borderlands Border Royale, because that's what I was worried about. But now that I've seen that it's Borderlands 3, I have faith that it's going to be a good game. I don't even need to see the trailer. I mean, I have watched it, obviously, but it's one of them things where that's all I wanted from this trailer. I just wanted confirmation that it was Borderlands 3. So now I've got that. I'll pre-order it. I'll play it, complete it, get to the end, and trade it in.
Like with every other game, bro.
Yeah.
Well, that's.
We'll all try and play it in
honest
co-op,
opinion.
I'm sure, and it'll be the same thing that you have with every Borderlands, where the
It's
game's
impossible.
unplayable in co-op because it makes the difficulty so hard.
So it's basically a single player game because you can't play in co-op. Or the other two, you can't hardly.
The difficulty spike has been like incredible, so it'll be interesting to see if it's programmed in the exact same way, or if we can actually manage to do that.
The game is literally 10 times harder. Adding one player.
It really is. It was ridiculous.
It won't be too long till we get to see if it's the same in Borderlands 3. Anyway, that covers the Borderlands 3 trailer and our thoughts on it. But before we go, remember to subscribe for more gaming content each week. Give our video a like and comment below with your thoughts on the Borderlands trailer, because that'll help the channel to grow. You can also follow us on social media, Checkpoint Reach Podcast. Facebook, Twitter and Instagram is @CheckReachPod. Links will be in the description below. And you can also follow us guys on social media. Where can people find you, Sud?
You can find me on Twitter @DavidTenspud.
Lovely stuff. How about you, Matt?
Twitter and Instagram, Guns with Legs.
That's @Matty Cheatham. How about you, Perks?
I'm @JGPerks.
Lovely stuff. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter @Leld, LEL3Ds. Add a 9 on the end for Instagram. And thanks for joining me as ever, guys. That covers our Borderlands 3 trailer chat. And have a good week. We'll talk again soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye.